It's all quiet across the Caribbean and indeed the Atlantic. No tropical storms around, and the Saharan dust has returned. Now, at this time of the year, in September, we are usually in the height of the activity for the hurricane season in the Atlantic basin. We tend to get a bit of a dip and then we rise just slightly towards October. But right now, it's all quiet, save for one little disturbance there, but that has a low chance of developing. And the main reason is that it's heading into an area northwest of it, which is covered by Saharan dust. So you see the orange colors there begin to fade, most of that basically just remaining a rainmaker out at sea. Now, for us here in the southern Windward Islands, we'll continue to see some of the clouds are streaming across. The winds will be picking up over the next few days. The ridge of high pressure is there, but also we have that Saharan dust slipping through Barbados and then eventually for much of the Windward and Leeward Islands, seeing a hazy end to their day. But for us in Tobago, still a few pockets of moisture around. Will likely bring a couple of showers for the most part during the morning and the first part of your afternoon. But the hazy sunshine will begin to take charge, and you'll notice the palms beginning to sway as well as the flags rippling under the windier conditions. Now, for Trinidad as well, mostly settled, at least for northern areas. For central and southern areas, you could be seeing a few showers popping up, maybe the chance of a slight thunder shower as well. You may see some lightning flashing across the skies, but overall, most of that activity should be towards the morning. Once you get into the middle of the afternoon and evening, you should see a lot more sunshine pushing through and also some hazy conditions to end the day. Now, temperature-wise, towards the south as well, we could be seeing a lot of the clouds first thing in the morning, especially through Pinal and then down towards Moruga. But as you go through the afternoon, you will begin to see some sunshine pushing through, especially towards the eastern areas and then eventually clearing towards the west. Now, temperature-wise, looking at highs of 32 degrees Celsius, quite comfortable for many of you. A touch warmer, though, naturally in Port of Spain and through San Fernando in the city areas and down towards Scarborough as well. Now, through Friday and Saturday for Tobago, that Saharan dust will be quite thick. It would also turn quite windy as we head towards the weekend. And then on Sunday, there's a bit of a change. A bit more moisture comes through, and that will likely favor the thundery shower for Trinidad especially. So we'll likely see a couple of those rumbles, hear those rumbles coming through on the Sunday. Now, for those heading offshore, we will see those east-southeasterly winds 50 knots gathering to 20 or 25 by Friday. Those fresh spells will be stronger as we get towards the end of the week, and we could be seeing a few more whitecaps and a sea spray, and also a touch higher waves expected 2.5 meters out in the Atlantic, 2 meters through the Caribbean. Now, the rest of the eastern Caribbean has been mostly settled. They've also been seeing quite a bit of some Saharan dust, and that will continue, especially for the Leeward Islands through Antigua, coming all the way down into Barbados. There's another tropical wave that's set to come through Hispaniola, so you'll see a few showers early on Thursday, gathering through Friday, and then eventually fading as you get closer to the weekend. So, Bridgetown, Saharan dust, quite hazy as well for Kingstown and St. Vincent, up the island chain into St. John's, Antigua. The Antigua authorities have put out a health warning there for those with respiratory ailments to beware of that Saharan dust. But before it reaches Puerto Rico or indeed Santo Domingo, there will still be that small matter of that tropical wave. A few stray thunder showers likely here. Down towards Kingston, it's quite breezy, 32 degrees Celsius, because there's a low-level jet hovering around Jamaica. So it'll be quite breezy, not only through Thursday, but also for Friday. But for us, brisk showers, a few early morning thunder showers. Now, Saharan dust should return in earnest through Friday. So that's your weather, and that's it from me.